This is a video by Richmond. Today we are working on a Saturn S series. This happens to be a 1998 model. And what we're doing today is we are replacing the fuel filter. Now, the first thing we got to do before we get the vehicle up in the air is we want to relieve the fuel pressure. So we're going to come over here to the interior fuse panel. And right here, 15 amp fuel pump fuse underneath this relay. There is the fuse. Now we're going to start up the vehicle and then it will stall and that will relieve the fuel pressure. Okay, now the fuel filter on the 98 to 02 S series is located in front of the left rear tire, right here, right down underneath the floorboard, right in this area right here. Now the fuel filter is held on by this plastic bracket right here, which is bolted to the body of the vehicle. It's two 10mm headed bolts. Now if you haven't taken it off ever, the bolts will break usually. They did on mine 10 years ago when I took it off. I greased the bolts. Hopefully 10 years later those bolts will come off easy. Now this brake line is hiding one of the bolt heads, so we're going to remove this 18mm headed bolt right here so we can remove that parking brake cable. And now you can see the 10mm bolts a little easier. What? You say you can't? Alright. There they are, right there. So we're going to remove those now. And I'm going to show you in real time if those bolts come out or not. $10mm socket with a 1/4-inch ratchet. Oh, yes. Look at that. First time I've taken these bolts out in 10 years. Beautiful. Some people like to try to take the filter out with the bracket in place. If you want to do that, go ahead. But I knew the bolts were going to come out easy, or should have come out easy, on the bracket. Now, when we remove the 3 lines here, we will have a little bit of gasoline that comes out. So we want to be prepared for that. Make sure you have a fire extinguisher and a pan ready. Alright, we're going to squeeze this little tab. Oh, good. A little gas in the filter. Now we got two connections over here. Oh yeah. Okay. Just a little bit there. Just to make sure. Come on. All right. And there she is. This is the filter we're going to use. So Wix 33731. Now, we got to remove this from the bracket. A little bit of dirt there. All right. All right, we got to transfer our clips over because they decided they weren't going to give us any clips. Get that clip off there. Now, let's put our filter back in. Do you remember where that green connection was? That will give you an idea of where the filter should go. Okay, there it is, all ready to go back in. Alright, let's put our new filter in. All right. Small line clipped in. Line it up. Alright. All clipped in. get those 10mm bolts back in. No, that's not gasoline dripping on my gloves. That's sweat. It's only about 90 degrees out here and high humidity. That's all. Alright, the job's all done. Filter's in anyways. Now we gotta make sure we put the fuel pump fuse back in before we go to start it up. And that's it. So that's all there is to replacing a fuel filter on your Saturn S series.